Hi everyone. Today we'll be presenting the prototype for our EEIRS project. So firstly, I would like to present the initial wireframes that we had developed to kind of visualize what our actual product in the end would look like. So firstly, we have this login page where you can log in with your USF email and you receive an authentication code to that email, and you can either log in as an admin or as an employee. So once you log in as an employee, here is the page that you land on where you can enter the details of the receipt you want to report. And you can also choose the type of the expense like office supplies, groceries, utilities, etc. Lastly, before importing the receipt, you can also enter any other notes that you would like to add with that. And once you save the receipt, you will receive a random receipt ID, and which you can track the status of or go on to upload a new receipt or log out. Lastly, this is how the admin dashboard looks like. We plan on creating a dashboard based on the information that we collect, such as the pending requests, approved requests, rejected requests, etc. Further on, admins can filter out the information that they want to view either by employee ID, receipt ID, or the status of it if it's pending, approved, or rejected. And there on which you get a table which contains the name, receipt ID, expense type, status amount, and any further actions you want to take for that particular upload. Um, Next, moving on to the UML diagram that we have created for our design. First, we have the presentation layer, which consists of the GUI, which we intend on creating for this project. Next, in the business layer, keeping it very simple, we have the employee and the admin as the two stakeholders in this layer. And lastly, in the data layer, we have the database and admin access for the same.
Now I will be taking on to show you the coded part of the project as of now. So here we go. This is the current coding that we have done. We have created a login page, which we will run now using npm run dev. This will initiate our login page front end with Vite, and we will also run our server using node server.js. Now our server is running on port 500. This will allow our front end to communicate with our backend. Now going over here, as you can see, this is what our front end is looking like right now. Over here, we can just use our USF email. This allows us to make sure that everyone who is accessing our system is affiliated with USF. When we do say send OTP, it would tell us that a OTP has been sent. And now I am going into my email account. Just give me a second. Yeah. And as you can see, an automated email has been sent to my email account. I can just copy this OTP and paste it over here. If let's say I say 55 instead of 54, I put in the wrong OTP, it would say invalid OTP, please try again. So it just showing you that the OTP does make sense. And when I say sign in with the correct OTP, it says signed in successfully. And then we move on to the selection page. As you can see, we have not yet started the selection page, but you know that it's going to look something like how Shishti has just shown you before.
Okay. Thank you, Ninod, for showing the front end. Uh, Let me share my screen and show you what we are working on in the backend. We have initialized our MongoDB database. Here in the db.js file, we'll use this to connect our project to the MongoDB using Mongoose. And if the connection is successful, it logs in as MongoDB connected. And if not, it shows an error and stops. In the models, we've created two models. The first is the user receipt. It defines how the user stores the data of the receipt. And this will be dynamically changed when the receipt is scanned and the objects are detected. It will dynamically changed. So it could look something like this structure, which is employee ID, manager ID, amount, status. And for user, it will be the schema of name, email, and role, which will again be pretty much dynamic according to the receipt and what the reports look like. And to explain the rest of the backend, I want to give this to DK.
So for the rest of the backend, we'll be working on the user and the receipt model. The receipt routes .js on the other end, it's routing all the receipts. This is how the receipts are added and retrieved. When an employee submits the receipt, it's saved into the database, and when a manager views the receipt, it fetches all the receipts and shows it to them. So this is how the database connects everything. The user.js and the receipt.js are defining how the data is stored, and the receipts routes.js manages the receipts. That should be it. Thank you.
Thank you.